Are you getting frustrated with what to feed a teenager who's always hungry? Everybody knows that teenagers have a huge appetite. It seems like you need to feed them constantly to satisfy their hunger. It's even more difficult where teenagers who struggle with their weight truly want to make changes, like cut down on junk food or stop overeating, and they can't. There's frustration, isolation, stress, and that's why I decided to create a recipe collection of 30 easy and healthy meals for teenagers. They're all high in protein to satisfy your teenager's hunger, and they can all be ready in less than 30 minutes. If you want to grab a free copy, go to lifestyleforteens.com/recipes.
This is the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. If you're a mom and want to help your child who is struggling to lose weight, you are in the right place. If you are looking for healthy lifestyle tips, Dr. Gourgari is here to help you understand the science around safe weight loss in teens and children. Because what works for adult weight loss is not always the best for children. This podcast is for educational purposes only. Dr. Gourgari does not provide medical, psychological, or nutrition therapy advice. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems without consulting your own medical practitioner. And now, your host, Dr. Jenny Gourgari.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. This is Dr. Jenny Gourgari, and on today's episode, I'm going to answer the question, how many steps do I need every day if I want to get into a healthy weight? And we're talking specifically about teenagers. We know that the recommendation by the American Academy of Pediatrics is for teenagers to get at least 1 hour of moderate or vigorous exercise every day. Now, this may sound like a lot, and I have talked many times before that if you're not that active, you can gradually build up to that number. Now, if we want to translate that into how many steps, is there an answer? And actually, yes, there has been a research study that was done to see what does this translate to? Like how many steps on average does a teenager need to take every day in order to be in a healthy lifestyle? So the researchers put different data from different studies together. The title of the manuscript is How Many Steps Per Day Are Enough for Children and Adolescents? It was published in the International Journal of Behavioral Nutrition and Physical Activity by Catherine Tudor-Lock and the team. And what they found was that the younger kids, in order to achieve this recommendation, need to make more steps. But when we're talking about teenager girls and boys between the ages of 12 to 19, the sweet spot seems to be between 10 to 12,000 steps per day. Ideally, we want at least 6,000 daily steps done into moderate or vigorous physical activity. What do we mean by moderate or vigorous activity? Is type of activity if you're actually breathing very heavily, like it's hard for you to talk and it's hard for you to sing, right? When you're doing these types of activities, your heart is beating fast, you're sweating. I have created a previous episode if you want to go and listen about what is vigorous and what is moderate and how much exercise kids need. You can go and listen to episode 70 about exercise and also the role of hunger hormones. So by having this number about how many steps ideally we need, I think it's a helpful guide because oftentimes a lot of teenagers, they do carry with them smart watches. They have smart iPhones or other phones that track their movements. So it's easier to track your steps, how many steps you're doing compared to how many minutes you're doing. So if you have a smartwatch that is counting your steps, that can give you an idea whether you're meeting your daily requirements. It can also give you an idea how to track that over time, and if over time you're doing better. So keep in mind that is around 10 to 12,000 steps per day for teenagers. Now, that may sound like a lot, but in fact, it's not that hard to achieve that number. On average, if teenagers walk for an hour, that can give them approximately 7,000 steps. And how can we make it to those 10,000 steps per day? I'm going to give you 10 secrets, 10 tips to achieve that goal of 10,000 steps every day. Okay, so tip number one is walk or bike to school, right? And if you're taking the bus, you can every day stop 2 stops before your school stop, the final school stop, and just walk that. And also on your way back, you can walk for 2 blocks, like 2 stops before you get to your home. So that is something that you do every day. You go to school, that can easily become a routine for you. You get in the bus, you stop earlier, you get out of the bus earlier, and you walk back home. Number two, which is the fun way, is to put on the music and start dancing. You can put your favorite music, and just by dancing 3 songs can easily make you 1,000 steps every day. And it can be fun, you can enjoy it, it can boost your mood, and it makes you feel better, right? It's also like a good break if you're frustrated with homework, if you're frustrated with anything else that's going on, that can be a good break for you. A third tip that you can use in order to meet the 10,000 steps per day is to try to take the stairs instead of taking the elevator when it is possible. If you are at home, or if you're at the mall, or if you're at the school, use the stairs, go up and down the stairs, and each flight that you go up and down adds up very quickly the steps that you need to take. Number 4 is, if you are talking on the phone, instead of being on a desk and talking on the phone, you can talk on the phone while walking up and down. That way you can chat with a friend, with your mom, with your sister. You don't even recognize it, but while you're doing something else, you're talking on the phone, you can add in easily steps. Tip 5, instead of trying to do all 10,000 steps at once, it may be easier to break it during the day. You can just do something before breakfast or before lunch, break it down in smaller chunks so it doesn't feel huge. Tip number 6, you can also make it more like a fun activity. Talk many times before how important it is to have a family activity. So you can all decide as a family that you're going to take a walk after the dinner. And even if it's like 20 to 30 minutes, that can add 2,000 to 3,000 steps and can also help digestion. It can help bonding. It can make you feel better. And it can help significantly with insulin resistance that is higher after you have a high carb meal. So go for a walk after the dinner is going to help you improve your insulin resistance, which is high in puberty, and it can also get you closer to your 10,000 step goal per day. Tip number 7 is to join a sport. You can do basketball, soccer, track, or whatever other sport that interests you that can easily add even half an hour or an hour of intense activity, and you can get a huge push towards your 10,000 or even towards the 12,000 goal. Tip number 8 is you can walk the dog. If you don't have a dog, you can even be a dog sitter. You can get the dog to exercise. You get to exercise. And again, you play with the dog. It's fun activity and it can be easily done. You can do it 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. That way you can easily get more than 2,000 to 3,000 steps every day. Tip number 9 is you can get mini step challenges with a friend. Like you can set little goals. I'm gonna do 500 steps by the morning. Can you do that with me? I'm going to do 2,000 steps before school is over. Can you do that with me? So when you are walking more with your friends, or when you are having a break at school, instead of sitting, you can just walk and run with your friends. That can easily add extra steps while you're spending time at school. And finally, tip number 10, while you are studying, you may be able to also walk while you are listening to your book. You can record notes. You can use flashcards. There are some things that you can memorize. You can, instead of sitting on a desk, you can probably walk and do some of those things while you're moving. So there you have it. These are the 10 tips that can help you get to your goal of 10 to 12,000 steps every day for teenagers. There's research that show that teens who exercise also have better levels and better control of their hunger. They have improved leptin resistance. They have improved cognition. They do better at school. And the benefits of exercise go way beyond just your weight, and it has to do with lifestyle, has to improve your cardiovascular health, your mental health, your cognition. And it is very important also for hormonal balance of puberty. It can help you regulate the cortisol hormone, so your body can have less stress, and therefore you don't have to store fat. You can break fat better. Your body can improve your leptin resistance, so you don't feel that hungry. You can have the feeling of fullness with less food, and it can also control your insulin resistance. So again, your insulin is not increasing so much once you're eating carbs, and that can also prevent you from storing body fat. So I hope this was helpful. If you like that, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you watch this on YouTube. Share this episode with another friend. And you can also go to lifestyle14teens.com/newsletter, and you can subscribe to my newsletter to keep in touch. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, I invite you to come check out the LIFT program. It's Dr. Gourgari's 12-week coaching program for teens and their moms, where we take all this information, we apply it to your daily life, and we work together so your teenager learns how to create a healthy lifestyle so they can feel happier, more confident, less stressed, and love their body again. Visit the website at lifestyleforteens.com and click on the Work With Me and free resources to learn more about this program and get free help to start this journey right away. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens.